What's happening, legends? Welcome to another episode of Meta Legends Live. Let's meta dive into it. I'm your host, Rose, and we have another good episode today for you, the community out there. What we're going to be doing today on the podcast is running through a couple of the announcements, things that are going on in the Discord and also in other aspects of the project. Then we're going to welcome on a special guest interviewer, Doc Hollywood. And Doc Hollywood's got a lot of interesting perspectives, especially with his background and the things that he's doing in this space. So it's going to be an interesting interview to have with him. We did run into a little bit of technical difficulties with this, so we had to do a little bit of a recorded interview where it kind of cut out due to some of there's issues with some of his internet access or something that was going on because of a storm. But we're working best with it that we can. Still got a lot of questions out of him, so stick around. Still some cool stuff to learn from him, as well as then we're going to kick it back in the lounge and look into a couple of new things. You know, this is some pretty fun stuff I think that we have here heading into the lounge today. So if this is your first time tuning in, I'm going to give you a little rundown about the Meta Legends project. So what are we? We are a project that represents a collection as of now of 12,345 legends. And each of these legends are categorized by a level of rarity and generated with hundreds of elements. You know, our goal in this project is to create a complete ecosystem. And we're going to be doing that by developing an application to start, which is going to be coming out here end of April, called the Metaconnect App. And this is going to be the social media for the NFTs. It's going to be great. There's going to be a lot of uses from it. We've been having a lot of cool discussions with the studio that's developing it, Antinomy Studio. They've also are known for the other things that they've done for Apple, Uber, SpaceX's website and whatnot. So there's a lot of cool things to come in that regard. And then, you know, we're going to take it a step further. We want to build this metaverse called the Meta Life, where we're going to be able to interact out there in the Web3 space on a whole other level. So, like I said, if this is your first time tuning in, stick around. We have a lot of interesting things going on in the project. And if you have any questions, you know where to throw them out there, either here on the channel or over in the Discord. You can find us all over. Definitely shoot out those questions if you have any. So without further ado, let's dig into the meat. So looking at a couple of the things that are going on this week, it has been an interesting week. We've been doing a couple of updates to the Discord. I know some people are like, what? Why do I care about updates? Well, there's some pretty cool things going on. You know, we're getting a little bit more of the better focus on the channels that we're providing and some of the content that we're going to be able to push out there into the Discord. For example, we just put the media channel out there where we're able to put all of the links for the podcasts that we've done into a centralized location in the Discord. So if you missed them before, you don't have to go and look out onto the different platforms and whatnot. We have it here in the Discord. And then also, you know, any of the media files that we're putting out there on any of the social media posts that we have, we want to provide a source for the community to take those and publish them on their own or make their own twist to them and add to it, and you know, just spread the positivity and the message about this project. We want to give those opportunities. And also there's a lot of things that we can learn and we can also provide learning from in this space. So it's cool to see how that's progressing. And like I said, we're going through a couple of the different stages of it throughout this week. Like today, we just got a revamp of all the emojis. And I see, you know, some people, you'd think that, okay, we got some emojis. But no, there's tons of people out there in the Discord that are like, oh, these are fun. I'm so excited to use these new little aspects. And, you know, at the end of the day, sometimes it just takes these little differences to make people, you know, have a little bit more fun. And that's the thing that we're looking to do as a project, as a team, is to just drive further engagement. And we're doing it from even the most minute and minuscule changes when it comes to the emojis, and those things were developed by 3D Monster. So big shout out to 3D Monster. Always happy to see all the things that the team is working on, and there's more to come. So stick around, head over to the Discord, ask questions, and let's have fun with it. So looking at the schedule today, we have the Meta Legends live at 10 p.m. UTC time. Let me just tell you right now, the UTC, and recently in the US here, we've gone through daylight savings where we adjust, in the springtime, we move forward an hour. And you would never imagine the complexities that just an hour shift can change sometimes. But it's really fascinating. I'm pretty sure that they're looking to vote to get rid of this daylight savings. And so we won't have to worry about the hours adjusting, going up and down. It's going to be cool or it's going to be easier, not cool. It's going to be easier to make sure that we're staying connected with our global community. And so it's something to definitely, for me, lesson to learn from by understanding how even the most minuscule items can drive such an impact on the project. But again, tomorrow we're going to have a daily quiz at 6 p.m. UTC with another announcement of the Discord. Followed by Friday, we got an AMA with myself. I think Red Rabbit's going to be hanging in. We might have a couple of topics to be discussing throughout the AMA. Going to be a little bit different than the traditional ones where we're just providing this information about the project. I think we're going to try to take it a little bit of a different direction. So definitely look forward to it. We're going to be scheduling that here either within the next day, so then everybody has a chance to put that on their radar. And then on Friday, again at 5 p.m. UTC, we got a treasure hunt launch going on with later on another announcement of the Discord week. Saturday, hitting up with another daily quiz, and we're back here in the studio for another episode of Meta Legends Live. And on Sunday, another quiz with that treasure hunt results. And then at 9 p.m. UTC, you know where to tune into. It's 3D Monsters lesson in 3D design. So exciting stuff, always something moving within the project. And we're always looking for ways to keep with this engagement, making sure that we're providing these new opportunities and learning, initiatives for the community. And that's something that we really are going to gauge and push going forward. So cool stuff here. Now, again, that's about it for the announcements. And, it's going to be fun. I mean, we have Doc Hollywood joining us here. And again, I'm going to throw that interview up here in a second, just to let you know we had a really good conversation, but there was some technical difficulties that we experienced, and we worked with them the best that we could. So here we go. Let's tune on in, legends. Here we are. So, okay, awesome. Welcome on up here, Doc Hollywood. How are we doing?
We're doing good, man. We're doing good. We're busy. I got everybody hitting me, so we're having fun. I'm excited to be here for a little bit, and then talk and do some talking.
Hey, no, we appreciate you taking some of the time. I know you've been busy. We've seen a lot of the activity going on through your Discord and especially on the Twitter Spaces as well. So tell us a little bit about yourself to start off. Who are you? Tell the community who the Doc is.
I come from the music business and the entertainment business. Did a lot of big records for other artists and movies. So different movies like Logan Wolverine. We did a song for Triple X. Baywatch, those types of movies. And then we came into NFTs from the music business, looking at it like different type of asset, a way for artists and fans to connect. And we were super early in 2020, and as it evolved, we got to learn more and see the value of these communities and what you can build, and how it's not just an NFT anymore. It's more like a movement and building a brand. And they're all like startup companies, or at least the good ones operate like they are, like you guys. So It's a really cool, interesting, innovative space, and we're here really doing our best to bring the masses into NFTs.
No, and I completely agree, and it's great to hear some of your, background about where your experience lies and seeing how you're coming into the space. Everybody has different perspectives, different experience and understandings that they can bring to the whole Web3. And just like you said, it all started with some people with the focus of the NFTs. And, as we start getting further and further into it, we realize this is just the key. This is just one of the keys and one of the technologies that we can utilize to open up to all these other opportunities within, different industries and understandings. So it's cool to hear about that. So is that how you personally gotten involved in, crypto, NFT, and blockchain?
Yeah, I've been a proponent of blockchains very early, and I had a chance to own Bitcoin and very early, and I was an idiot, and I said no because I thought it was illegal. So because people were buying drugs with it, so I was super dumb. But now I'm trying to make up for it, and just have fun building in the community, and do different types of things. I'm not a maxi in anything. I think there's all these great applications out there, and it's all about really what you're building, and try to figure out what that best home for it is. But I'm super excited what we're building on Solana, and obviously I know you guys are on ETH, which is obviously the the OG. So it's really dope what we're doing on these different blockchains, and really what I want to do is kind of merge everything together. And that's the future. OpenSea will have Solana NFTs, and everywhere else will have ETH NFTs. It'll be a big family.
Absolutely, and maybe we can dig into that a little bit. Like, what drove you to push more on the Solana chain as opposed to the Ethereum?
I call Solana the people's blockchain. So, a lot of people can't afford to spend a lot of money in gas, and they want to do things that needs a little bit more speed, kind of like NFT ticketing or play to earn gaming, or airdrops. Or if you want to conduct an airdrop to your community, and you have 10,000 holders or however many, you're talking about spending gas fees for each airdrop for each one. So if gas is $100, right, and there's 10,000 charges for an airdrop, you're spending $1 million in waste. So if you want to, actually be able to build and add as much value as you possibly can long term, there's just different solutions. So that's where I started building, to be the people's blockchain, to be able to, sell a $10 NFT if I wanted to, right? And not just premium. So to each its own. And there's premium projects like yourself, and then there's different projects that have a slow grow, or different type of community coming into it. So what I love is there's so many different types of projects, and they all can kind of live. And that's the great thing about ETH, and that's the great thing about Solana, is it has all these different types of people. So I'm kind of in the seat where I want to really connect all the dots and try to make everyone play well together.
Yeah, and I completely understand from that perspective, because there's a lot of people that are focused on just one of the chains. They aren't thinking about the interoperable abilities to be able to move amongst those chains or interact with different platforms that are involved with these things. When we come to the metaverse, there's going to be all kinds of different kinds of interactions going on. And so it's going to be cool to see how some of those things are developed in this blockchain space over the next couple of years. And, we have just the amount that we have right now of these different kinds of blockchains and cryptocurrencies and forms of the NFTs and the platforms. This is still, like we've said, early. I mean, think about how this is going to change in the next year, in the next 6 months. How many more platforms, how many more different chains and variations of it are going to be emerging out there, and who knows where it's going to go. And it's great to see all these new opportunities coming out of the works in a way, and can't, like you said, cannot wait to see where this really goes with it.
Totally. No, it's really exciting times.
Yeah, no, so cool. Couple other questions. Has the Web3, changed your life, and do you see it changing other people's lives?
Yeah, I think it's changed everybody's life who holds an NFT. It's taken, like, it's like in the Matrix, with the Morpheus, with the red pill and the blue pill, or the red pill and the green pill, or whatever. I took all the pills. I fucking took all of them. So blue pill, red pill, orange pill. Doc took it, and he is telling you it's come on through to the other side, because the NFT communities is what's changed everything. I've seen that it's building, like, you could, it's building a movement, and if you can channel this movement in the right directions, in the right places, it could be very, very life changing for a lot of people in a million different ways. So connecting to different communities, building, collaborating, partnering, all these different types of things, and building actual businesses. That's another thing. It's not just an art collection. If you're building an actual business around it. So now you're talking about the expansion of IP. It's pretty interesting. So we're playing it, one inning at a time. We're very early. There's a lot more work to be done, but we're in the beginning of a very very interesting game.
Yeah, and just like you said, that with all these projects that are going to be coming out and all the opportunities with it, it's not just art projects. Some people at first, that's kind of how it was. That's how they felt about it, is that they wanted to try this out. Maybe they grabbed a couple of friends, put it together, and some of them, they got pretty successful. And to some of their surprise, it's where you'll see some of these projects having these different kind of bottlenecks with their scaling, because they didn't think that this was going to be so much more than what it was, what they envisioned. And it's great to see the people that are actually able to capture, like you said, that energy and channel it in the right directions, because it definitely will. And it has been changing lots of people's lives. We got people out all over the world playing some of these play to earn games, and some of them, there's people in different countries that their families are playing it all day around, because it's making more money for them than some of their jobs that are in their local area. So it's crazy to see how much this technology has already impacted the world. And it's still, like we've said, early. It's in its infancy. There's still so much to be done in this space. So it's cool.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Totally.
And, is there something that you're really excited for when it comes to the Web3 space? Something that you're looking forward to being able to do or utilize moving forward?
I guess what's exciting to me is old school brands coming into the space and having to pivot and evolve and listen to guys like me on what direction to take. I think that's what I'm excited about right now. Those things change, but like that's always inspiring when you've got an established premium brand that everybody knows, and they're receptive and acknowledge that they don't know anything when it comes to Web3.
Yeah, it's it's very evident in some of the cases too, because of how some of them will go after the more established projects, for example, or people that are in certain industries that have developed these projects. I've been talking with a couple of venture capitalists over the past week, and the way that they're hitting this space is just like how they would do it with normal businesses, normal day-to-day businesses. And they're coming in and they're identifying, vetting different projects to make sure, all right, are these ones going to be successful? Is there something missing that is holding them back from pushing them to that next level? What can we do to utilize this? How can we help them, fund them, or guide them to get to that next level, and then bring them on in our kind of supportive role in a sense? And so the way that there's a lot of these things changing, like you said, there's companies out there that have no idea what this space, this Web3 space is, what they can do in it. A lot of people are scared about this space, and some of them are also just completely oblivious and doubters. They don't think that this space is going to go anywhere. It's very interesting to see the kind of global perspective and the different, just like you said, the different brands, companies, how they're approaching this space.
Yeah, you got Mark Zuckerberg changing their name to Meta. Not Facebook anymore, it's Meta. Meta World Peace. It's gonna be interesting. Like you've got Disney creating their own metaverse. You got this old CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, investing in Genies, which is like a metaverse brand. You've got all the big entities coming in and throwing money around and throwing influence around, and let's see where that goes. That's the fun part. Let's see where it goes, and let's have fun. Let's keep it organic. I think that's like the bottom line is not try to make things work that don't work. Just you have to kind of, it's like a puzzle in a sense. Like how do you make it seamless? And if it's too complicated, that puzzle, then it's not going to work. If it's a nice simple puzzle and all the pieces just fit together seamlessly, then we could run it. And I think that's like what has to happen is brands have to come in here. They have to see what's kind of the lay of the land, and then how do they enter. And if it doesn't work, or if it's like too forced, then they don't do that, and then they do something very like soft. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like NFTs are going to be applied to everything. Tickets to events, theater, movie theater tickets, any type of thing, and you can throw an NFT on. So, some of it's going to be gimmicks, and some of it's going to be the real deal.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, the whole thing about you can basically any kind of experience, anything that you want to go and purchase, you can attach that NFT to it, and it's going to be interesting to see how this whole space continues to drive this connectability, to be able to see all this flow, because you're going to be able to see it and see the traffic of it. You're going to be able to see how it impacts different industries and who's adopting it, who is kind of being a little reluctant to bring this technology in, and how that impacts it in general. So it's cool. It's cool. And, there's a lot of things to look forward to. It's still a learning space. Even the projects that are in it right now, we're all still learning as it continues to develop. And that's something that we think is going to be a very big part of this whole environment, is the ability to educate others on the Web3 space. Whether it's how do you purchase an NFT? What is an NFT? Or what can I do with this NFT, and why do I want to do something with this NFT? There's going to be a lot of different components to it that are going to take a little bit of time to kind of build up that curve. But I think once a lot of people get past the curve, they're going to see all of the use cases of it, all the things that they can apply this kind of technology to, and to make it a better process, but maybe a better impact for their brand or whatnot, No,
totally facts. My internet is at a 1 bar and it's cutting out a lot. I don't know if you can still hear me.
Yeah, no, I can hear you fine.
There's like crazy wind. I think they're going to have to like reset it. I don't know. But yeah, it's crazy. I don't know if you can still hear.
Yep, I can hear you. We can hear you clear.
Nice. I can't. But that's okay. I could hear every other word, but yeah, no, I think like what if you want to really know what's exciting in the NFT space is how little we know. And like, we're just kind of going about it and doing as much as we can, but most of this stuff is untapped, and we're kind of like have a front row seat of the future. as it rolls out.
No, it's truly exciting to be in the positions that we are in right now, because we're still, like you said, we're all figuring this out and we are riding the wave. As long as we're staying current with all the new things that are coming out, whether it's regulations given by the governments or just how protocols are changing on the platforms, just the, we lost. So again, like I said, we had the instant. He even mentioned it about the issue with the wind going on. So it's unfortunate. First time we're experiencing with this technical issue, but hey, it happens, and we're looking at ways to better mitigate this and figure it out moving forward. Lesson learned, but it's still had a lot of great information provided from Doc Hollywood, doing great things. We also connected just shortly after because of the the issues. It put all of this network down and whatnot. So it was unfortunate, but it's not the end of it. We are looking to do some more stuff with it, whether it's bringing him on for some of the AMAs to have some discussions about the space and his experience with the industries that he's involved in, or bringing myself and the team over onto some of his AMA and podcast spaces to go into the further, because he's doing a lot of stuff over there on Spotify, and that's another platform that we're looking to move over into it as we start to expand and grow with this project, especially in this space. So big shout out to Doc Hollywood. Thank you so much. It's unfortunate for the technical difficulties, but again, you shared a lot of cool and insightful information. So there's still so much more to learn from this individual, and we can't wait to work more with him in a sense of just bouncing in and providing insights from different perspectives. And this is why we have some other things going on. It's cool, and we have more people that are going to be coming into the space. Like we said during the interview, we have these businesses, these corporations, large brands that they're not very knowledgeable of all this stuff that's going on in this Web3 space. Like, what's going on? So it's cool to see how, especially our team, is starting to develop this stronger understanding. So then we'll be able to utilize the things that we've learned, just like we're reaching out to different advisors in these projects that are helping us to guide a little bit in the development. We're going to be able to do that too, because as this space grows, there's always going to be more projects, more companies, more brands moving into this Web3 space. And so, like I said, every time, I know I'm a broken record, but it's so exciting to be where we are at with the knowledge that we have right now. And it just makes me ever so confident about the things that are developing in the future. So, woo, cool stuff there. But, let's kick it on back. Let's take it over to the lounge. So I have a couple things that are kind of cool. Number one, I'm just going to say it out there just because I got a lot of love and support. And, this is the one thing I want to just say is big shout out to the community. You have always been a huge support of whether it's myself or the team or other aspects of it. You drive this. You're driving every aspect of it, and we appreciate each and every single one of you. And today I got my 30th legend on the road to the honorary. So that was exciting. Shout out to God Shira for helping identify that number 30 snipe. Well, I think he was more appreciating it, and then I hopped over into it and snagged it. But we'll say that he was being helpful in a sense. But yes, thank you so much, God Shira. Appreciate it. And again, thank you to everybody in the community that's always being supportive and congratulatory. We had Boss Lady just get hers not too long ago. We had Faded Discord Management. He got his not too long ago either. A lot of people are starting to pursue and get their honoraries. So make sure you're checking into it, because the timeline for that is coming to an end. We're looking at the mid-April timeframe for the honoraries to be done. So what am I going to do? I know there's a lot of people that have asked me, what am I going to do? And, I think I'm going to make it a tournament. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to select about 8 or so ideas of what I want. And then we're going to do it just like how we have some of the other tournaments in the Discord. I'm going to put them up against each other and see the final two and who is the overall triumphant idea, depending on the community's vote. So, I got a couple of ideas already. I'm finalizing the list. If there's any suggestions that you have, you know where to find me, whether it's on Twitter or in Discord, just shoot me a message at Radio Rose. You'll find me. And I'm always happy to discuss these new ideas that we could incorporate into this honorary. Just want to have fun with it and make it unique. It's been a fun experience. And, there was something that kind of came out of it too. This is something that's been discussed by multiple members throughout the community about this website, this platform called On Cyber, and it's a pretty cool place. I'm gonna walk you through it here real quick. So, what is the purpose of it? You can come out here to your OpenSea and you can look at all of your legends or all of your NFTs, and you can go through in this typical format, just straight as the icons are. But what On Cyber is able to do is create this experience, a virtual experience where you're able to display your different NFTs on it. And it's really cool. All you got to do is come out here to the oncyber.io website, and you're able to connect and use your wallet that your NFTs are located in. And you can go through and check out other people who have some of their, environments to go and look into the different, ways that they're presenting their NFTs. It's pretty cool. And, this is the explore function of it. You can also go into the 3D studio. I'm just going to go where you can go into and edit your spaces here. And so here we've got my current space. I call it the Podcasting Essentials. I'm just being cheeky with it. So having fun with it, but you can come into here and you can create different, these different spaces that you're able to go and put your different NFTs up in the space. And, the different things that you're able to do with it, you're able to walk around, look, grab the different items, make them bigger, make them smaller, just, again, have fun with it. You can change the frame colors. It's just a different way of displaying your NFTs. I know there's a lot of people out there that are proud of their NFTs. They love them. And so what better way to show them off? There's people in the community that definitely have some different ones, because the one that I'm using right now, it's a free one. They have a couple of these free templates that you can utilize out there. But then, they also have some other ones that you could purchase, whether it's different projects that are offering them or whatnot. So definitely something to check it out. But again, you can come in here and there's all these different functions that you're able to do with editing them. You can change out the different NFTs that you have here in this place, and you can really just space them out in different ways. And so, this is the one that I set up today, just real quick for my 30 legends. I was really happy and excited to just look at them in a different sense, because as I've seen them and as I've acquired them, it's been through the OpenSea platform, and I've seen a lot of people do different stuff. JP's one of them, also American Jedi, and a couple of other people, Lakshmi as well, that have come out and put these different displays of their NFTs to really show off what they have. And it's really cool. I love this whole interactive experience with it. And it's just so much fun to see this kind of stuff being developed and offered out there. So, again, if you want to go and check some of this out, something that, you don't need a lot of NFTs, you can just go put a couple of them out there, blow them up, make them as big as you want, cover the wall, just have fun with it. Go show off your collection to everybody. Drop some of those links maybe into the, throw them onto the Twitter so we can go check them out and whatnot. But again, look at these different ways of the NFT space just being creative and fun. It's really cool to see these things develop and whatnot. And that, again, something that I hope that it opened up some people's eyes here, and they're going to go out there and make some of their collections, go display them in more of this kind of a sense. So it's exciting to see. And on another side of things, as this project keeps on progressing, we are always pursuing new avenues. And, the one of the things that we've been discussing a lot, and it all started with 3D monsters design classes, is the whole educational space. And so what we're talking about is the Meta Legends Academy. Check this out. Ooh, I don't know about you, but that gets me excited for all the things that are in the works. So again, as we've been stressing and as I've been, just preaching a lot about, and a lot of other members of the community as well as the team has been saying, is that this is a learning space. We need to be consistent with keeping up to date. We also need to help newcomers into this space with certain points of understanding. When they come into it, what's an NFT? Why do I want one? How do I buy one? Where do I go to buy one? What is this crypto stuff? How do I use it? There's all these questions that a lot of people have when they're coming into the space that kind of deters them from further going into it. And, we want to kind of create more of that opportunity for a centralized place of learning. And this is going to be a cool thing that we really push to the next level. Got a couple of these short 2 to 3 minute video clips explaining different aspects of the Web3 space. So definitely be watching out for how we roll these out in the coming weeks. Again, something that's really fun to announce, that we're heading towards this educational initiative. We have the whole aspect of Meta Legends and the gaming aspect of things. And as we're developing and working towards those real goals of ours with the Metaconnect app, with the Meta Life, there's other aspects that we're able to pursue and bring along with as we discover throughout this Web3 journey. So, it's pretty exciting stuff to see just where we're going, where we've been, and the opportunities that are out there. And if there's any kind of topics, maybe the community has stuff that they want to get a better understanding of, whether it's about intellectual property or, setting up a website, shoot us the ideas. We'd love to discuss them. And, maybe we already thought of some of those ideas, and we'll just kind of surprise you with some of the stuff that we release. So definitely, community, give us a shout out. We love to help where we can and provide any of these opportunities to learn and grow in this space, because we're going to be doing it together. As we said, there's great projects out there that understand the space. There's companies, corporations that are learning the space, but we're not done. It's just starting. We're gearing up, and it's going to take off as things keep on developing. So again, if you have any questions, make sure to head over to the Discord and, shoot me a message, shoot any of our staff a message. We have a great community that's very informative and welcoming. So again, thank you all for joining and tuning into this episode of Meta Legends Live. We will see you over in the Discord. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we look forward to the rest of the week. Lots of things going on in the calendar. Head over to the Discord to stay up to date. Thanks again, fam. This is Radio Rose locking it in. Take it easy now. Peace.